I was reading on the Central Bank of Kenya, they were saying,
if you delay giving us the payment between the time stamps we have given you, failure to do so within the period, you will be barred from future investments.
And I'm just like, does that even make sense? Like, I am the one giving you my money. Okay, let's just be honest. The money is for the government that you people are printing for us. You're now asking me to loan you. However, if I delay, I may not get a chance. Who is the borrower? I thought like borrowers are not choosers. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olive Kiriote and this is Olive Kiriote Rebranded, a place for entrepreneurs. We do videos weekly on topics to do with business, money, or even just tips on how to maneuver entrepreneurship or cryptocurrency as well. So guys, if you are new to this channel, welcome. I hope you have subscribed to this channel. If you haven't, guys, kindly do subscribe. Push the notification bell as well if you want to receive updates. And let me put this across, guys. I am not in any way a financial advisor. I am not in any way certified. I am just a business girl who loves to research, who loves to read about topics to do with business and money, and I come on here to share with you guys what I have researched or what I have experienced. This video is going to be highlighting two specific ways you can invest your money. One of the options you can invest your money is either treasury bills or treasury bonds, and the other way you can invest your money is basically mutual funds.
In the videos that are going to come after, we're going to talk about stocks, we're going to talk about circles. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely subscribe so that you don't miss out when I upload those videos.
I have done a video on how to save your money in M-Shwari. So M-Shwari has a way you can save your money, and M-Shwari is a very good option as well. With KCB, they also have a savings account. However, their interest rate is a tad too low. I have been on the hunt and wondering, where do Kenyans invest their money? The first thing we're going to talk about is treasury bills. There are two ways you can do that. One is primary and the second one is secondary. So primary is you investing personally, like you investing in the T-bill or the T-bond by yourself, and that is what I'm going to show you in this video. You can choose to also invest secondarily. For example, a bank. So go to your bank and ask them to do the transactions for me. So personally, I asked my bank and they were unfortunately honest and blatant that they only do that for corporates. So maybe ask your bank, or maybe find a bank that can invest on behalf of you. You would not have to go through the hassle. However, let's note that there's obviously going to be a percentage fee that you're going to pay to the bank for doing this service for you. Just like a stockbroker, there are also CDS agents who can help you in applying and acquiring T-bills and T-bonds. So that is the secondary route. However, let's note that the secondary route, you would have to pay additional fees for their services. Treasury bills are basically sold by the government through Central Bank of Kenya. They are a very short-term investment commitment of your money. So they range between 91 days, 182 days, and 354 days. So basically that is 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. Treasury bills are sold at a discount. So when I read about this on the internet, I was like, what do they mean? I asked a friend of mine, she's known as Julia. A treasury bill will be posted as worth 100,000, right? But they can tell you you can actually just purchase it at 94,000. So even when your bill matures, actually be paid your principal amount as 100k, even though you actually purchased it for 94,000. So that's what discounted means. Treasury bills are auctioned weekly. So if you visit their website, you'll actually see all the auctions that are happening in the month of October. Where do I invest in a treasury bill? You just visit centralbank.go.ke. They've actually highlighted all this information very easily, and you could definitely understand everything to do with treasury bills / treasury bonds. I mean, these two securities. So what I learned from their website is for you to purchase a treasury bill, you have to open a CDS account. So a CDS account is a central depository account account. The central bank will access your money mostly through bank, so you have to have an account with a commercial bank of Kenya.
So guys, you're probably wondering, Olive, where does one get their mandate card? So first of all, you have to visit centralbank.go.ke, go to invest, securities, and then you see both securities, treasury bills and treasury bonds. But since we're on treasury bills, you just scroll down and you're going to see the step-by-step guide on how to actually invest in your treasury bill. So your mandate card looks like this. When you click here, they're saying you can find sample mandate cards here. So this is how your mandate card looks like. What is a mandate card? How does it look like? And since we're an individual, not a corporate, this is how it looks like. You cannot use this online one. They've already even told you, please don't use this form. Collect the actual form from any of our branches. Yes, you must go to any of the branches for the CBK to get this form. But you can have an idea of what exactly you need to fill in once you come on this place. You're going to click CDS requirements for individual joint. You need to fill it in block letters. You know, your name must be in order with the ID, one recent colored passport photograph, and original clear copy of your national ID. So this list on the website is really going to give you an idea of all the things you have to now hand over so that they can open for you your account. And they've even said down here that this process takes 7 days. The last point, 2 signatories of your bankers, whether a commercial bank or a financial institution, must sign and stamp your card. Yes, because this proves to CBK that you actually hold an account, you're a legit person, and they can use your bank account to now remove the money or pay you back your money. This is the checklist that you will need to go through. What you're going to do now is visit the auction page on the centralbank.go.ke website. What you're going to do is you now have to choose the bill that you want to invest in. So basically, like we said, a bill is a loan, so you're going to choose the loan that you want. So depending on the maturity, the interest, come to the website and then you click here and see the different auctions that's been going on. So as well, they happen every week, and as you guys can see here on their website, that currently the 3-month one is on 6.468%, the 6 months one is on 6.853%, and the 1 year one is on 7.762%. So you're going to choose the one that you want. When you scroll down, you're going to see that each week each of these bonds are auctioned. 91 is the 3-month, 182 is the 6-month, and the 1 year one is 364. As well, even if you scroll down even more, you can click on each number, for example, to see the latest interest rate for that week that was auctioned. Just study and just see. And when you scroll just a bit down here, you can see that week the bid was 6.468, the other one was 6.8, and the other one was 7.7, which is actually an increase from the previous bill.
Just like a T-bill, a T-bond is also a security by the government. The only difference is that a T-bond is actually long-term. From what I saw, they can go from 1 year to 10 years to 25 years, guys. Like, there's a T-bond for 25 years. I'm just like, pesa imeshikiliwa hivi na government for 25 years or 30 years. So now the T-bonds are auctioned monthly. Once it's auctioned, right, the amount that they auction with and the interest that they come up with is fixed. So that interest rate, guys, will be fixed the entirety of that bond life. And I came to ask myself, isn't inflation going to catch up with you? Find the T-bond or the T-bill that you want to invest in.
There are 3 types of bonds. We can see right now that one is the common, which is the fixed coupon treasury bond, which means the interest rate not changed over the bond's life. So those are the most common bonds. However, there are also infrastructure bonds. So basically, the government is asking for money to build infrastructure for the country, railway lines or roads and stuff like that. These bonds are usually tax free. So yeah. And the final one, these are 0 coupon bonds. So they're similar to treasury bills. They are sold at a discount, do not have interest payments. However, they are issued for a short period of time. Once you are, for example, ready to invest, you come and click here and then you will see the upcoming auctions. And as you guys can see, it's a bit different from the T-bill one. but this is how the bonds are. So for example, bonds happen monthly: April, May, June, July, August, September. And you can see from the name that FXD means fixed, IFB means infrastructure bond. So for example, we click the fixed one, that the due date is 2025, there's one for 2035, and there's one for 2031. The coupon rate is basically the interest rate that they will be paid every 6 months. So for example, for this bid, it's 9%, the 2035 one is 12, and the 2031 is 10. We can go to the infrastructure bond. So this one, apparently the rates are usually higher, and we can try and confirm this because they're trying to get you people to help us with money so that we can invest. And you can see the coupon rate for this one is 10.9%, and it is due in 2031, okay, which is okay. And if you compare to this one, 2031, the coupon rate for this one is 10%. So yeah, benefit of doubt, I mean, that 0.9 is a bit higher. These ones are preferred because they don't have tax, so they're tax exempt. So the bonds that have already expired that you cannot purchase anymore are called off-run bonds, but the ones that are currently available that you can purchase are called on-run bonds.
Once you find the T-bond that you want to invest in, you have to fill in the application with the details. For example, the amount of money you plan to invest, the duration.
As we are on the third step, so basically this is the completing and submitting your application form. This is how the form looks like. It's a sample. So you can see here application for treasury bill or bond, issue number. You can see here the treasury bill issue, that's the number. For the 91, for the 6 months, that's the number, and for the 364. So yeah, the value date, the total face value, which we've talked about, the face value in words, again, 100,000 is minimum for T-bills and infrastructure bonds, and then 50,000 is for normal bonds. If you want the interest or the competitive rate or the non-competitive or average rate. So I've been advised by the beautiful Christine. She's a financial advisor, a certified one. Her details are down below in my description box, and she's told me that the interest rate basically means that you as the investor or competitive, you're bidding that this is the interest rate that I would want to be paid. But the non-competitive or the average rate basically is the average of all the accepted bids on the interest competitive rate. If you choose this, it means your bill is guaranteed. You come on here to just now fill in the details about you. So your name, your source of funds, local or offshore, your number, your CDS portfolio number, and your previous maturing bonds or bills. You can just carry them forward. So this is for people with maturing bonds that they just want to carry over the profits and just keep investing in the T-bill or the T-bond. Read through, name, sign, and a stamp.
You make sure you submitted the details to Central Bank of Kenya before the last week of the auction sale. It's the T-bill. I've seen that now theirs is on Thursday. What I've come to learn is that there is a board known as Central Bank of Kenya Auction Management Committee. This board determines the bids that are going to be accepted. So looks through all those bids. They publish the people who've been selected on the website, sometimes even on Twitter. However, you also need to call and confirm if you have been chosen. If you are going to be purchasing a T-bill or a T-bond that's under 1 million Kenya shillings, you do it with check. The breakdown of how you're going to be receiving your money, your interest, but I believe semi-annually you're going to be paid, especially if it's a T-bond. That is how you actually purchase a T-bond or a T-bill. There is another bond that came a few years ago known as the M-Akiba bond. So it's a bond that is for retail infrastructure in Kenya, and even when you go to their website they say it is a bond to help you save your money with interest. I guess you can tell from the word M-Akiba bond that the M probably means mobile.
M-Akiba.go.ke launched to the public 3 years ago, meaning that actually people have been acquiring their interest over time. So basically, M-Akiba bond was a bond towards retailers in the country. So because not everyone can participate in the minimum fee of 100k or 50k for a bond, the M-Akiba bond was a retail bond that basically the minimum you could invest was 3,000 Kenya shillings. The tenor of this bond was 3 years. So it had a fixed interest rate of 10%. If you come here, the M-Akiba bond is tax-free, yes, because it's an infrastructure bond like we've talked about before, but payable semi-annually after every 6 months.
If you invest your M-Akiba bond today at 3,000 Kenya shillings, it will mature 3 years later, but you're going to be paid your interest semi-annually. So for example, 3,000 Kenya shillings imeinvestiwa 2020. 10% of 3,000 Kenya shillings is 300 bob. So semi-annually you're going to be paid your interest, which is 150 bob, since in a year it's 300. Maybe June utalipa 150, December utalipa 150, hivo 150, and then once the bond matures, they'll push your principal amount. You can also sell your bond faster. So for example, you've put the 3,000, after 6 months you're like, no, I really need this money, you can sell it.
Once the bond matures, you will now get your principal amount, which would be 3,000 Kenya shillings. So this bond was really a good hit, guys. If you missed it, please be on the lookout in case the government actually reopens, because it has just finalized paying all the investors their interest rates, and it's a bond that you could just invest with your phone. I looked at the news. You can see here that the Treasury completes final interest payout to M-Akiba bond investors, which was 7th of September 2020, which is pretty much last month. But they actually reopened it on 20th August 2019. That the structure of uptakes of the offer is more or less the same, with 68% of Kenyans taking up bonds worth between 3,000 to 20,000. 24% removed between 20,000 to 100,000, and 8% are the ones who invested above 100,000. And once they reopen, hopefully I'll create a video for you guys so that we can be part of the M-Akiba bond.
If you want to park your money, conserve your money, right? As you figure out what you want to do with it, as you save, for example, for your wedding, throw that money there, right? It's going to earn interest. So the second and one of the most sought out, most common, the most common form of investment in Kenya is mutual funds.